室で羽伸ばすのはたまらんね。
え？
え？
Confessions are usually a big deal. The protagonist overthinks the situation for far too long, works up the courage, and then makes a dramatic show of asking out their love interest. In theory, there can only be one of two outcomes: acceptance or rejection. But today, we are discussing a particular situation where a girl initially rejects the guy and then begins to regret her decision later. So, without further ado, let's get started on today's topic: Top 10 anime where girl rejects boy and regrets it. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, click that notification bell so that you can stay updated whenever I upload a new video. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Coming in at number 10, we have Osamake rom-com where the childhood friend won't lose. Osamake follows Maru, a 17-year-old high school student who is hopelessly in love with the school's symbol, Kachi. Unfortunately for Maru, she's way out of his league and, as a result, he faces rejection. To get revenge on Kachi for breaking his heart, he takes the assistance of his childhood friend Shida, and the two enter into a fake relationship in order to make Kachi jealous. Let's face it, we all know this anime is full of cringe moments that can be rather annoying at times. The first few episodes are a bit of a mixed bag because there is so much going on and not enough suspense leading up to it. What I enjoy about the anime is how it tackles the themes of love triangles and revenge in a lively manner while staying true to its comic gripes throughout the episodes. The characters in this show have enough nice elements and moments where their better characteristics come out that we can actually feel for them. Well, I think I'm more positive about this anime than most people are, and I'll always have a soft spot for every rom-com harem anime that comes out every season. So, for me, it is really a decent show, and viewers should consider giving it another chance. Coming in at number 9, we have Actually I Am. There have been quite a bit of fantasy anime around vampires, werewolves, aliens, and gods, and this particular anime portrays the story of Asahi, a normal high school student who's unable to keep a secret and is honest to a fault. He has a longtime crush on the quiet beauty in the class, Yuko. However, when he goes to confess, he learns that she is in fact a vampire, and now he must do everything he can to keep the information hidden, or else she would be forced to transfer out. Since this anime follows a school theme, the main plot revolves around a group of high school students spending time together, and that's about it. This anime follows the traditional harem format, but focuses more on comedy, with several ridiculous characters created to keep things interesting. This is indeed a surprising, unexpected gem, and has a certain thing that makes you want to keep watching it, even with its mediocrity. Now, when we talk about characters, each of them has distinct characteristics that allow them to be distinguished from one another. Overall, it has a few flaws, but it's still covered by its own shines. It is certainly not bad, but it has its limits for being good as well. Coming in at number 8, we have Sing Yesterday for Me. Love is a complicated emotion which can't be explained in words. Just what does it mean to love someone? Sing Yesterday for Me strives to find an answer to this issue through the eyes of 4 different characters. The plot centers around Rikuo, who is going through life without putting any effort into anything. When the two women, Shinako and Haru, enter his aimless existence, things take a turn for the worst. Even though he believes he's in love with Shinako, she is unable to accept his feelings. Haru, on the other hand, is a vibrant high school dropout who clearly communicates her feelings for Rikuo. This anime explores this sort of love triangle situation between the characters and builds up each episode where we find ourselves cheering for a specific character. That being said, the adaptation does feel somewhat rushed, and there are plenty of characters who deserved much more screen time. Nonetheless, Yesterday wo Utate is a fantastic series about finding your path in life and love as a young adult. The 12 episodes are certainly insufficient, yet they do justice to the manga. Coming in at number 7, we have MASAMUNE-KUN's Revenge. Being rejected is tough, and it is said what you do afterwards is what defines you as a person. MASAMUNE-KUN no Revenge explores the path of Makabe. When he was young, he was bullied because of his weight and wealth. None were as cruel as Aki, the girl who destroyed his heart and gave him the nickname Pig's Foot. Years later, Makabe has changed his name, slimmed down, and transferred to the same school as Aki. The stage is now set for his ultimate revenge plan, which is to make her fall for him and then dump her as viciously as possible. Well, I must admit, the clickbait premise of this anime is enough to ambush you into watching the anime, but the show doesn't seem to deliver these plot elements as I have imagined it would. Don't get me wrong, the plot itself is pretty good. This is certainly not your typical harem show by any means. It isn't all too predictable and does contain some welcomed plot twists, which adds more flavor to the overall experience. In the end, taking a more unique take on a revenge plot allowed it to be an easy watch where you never really have to think or take it too seriously. Coming in at number 6, we have Koikimo. Once you fall for someone, you can't stop this emotion from spreading its wings, and this anime is all about that. In this rom-com anime, we follow Ryu, a successful businessman, and Ichika, a high school student. After a strange incident, he falls deeply in love with her and decides to pursue Ichika romantically. However, he approaches her with almost too straightforward methods, to which she immediately rejects him without any hesitation. This, however, does not deter him from pursuing his love. From sending flowers on a daily basis and making homework guides, Ryo acts like an enthusiastic puppy towards Ichika. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room first. Despite all the controversy about the age gap and limitless criticism, the anime does its best to address the matter in the hopes of convincing viewers that a relationship with a large age gap isn't weird. In an attempt to do so, the story frequently provides insight into Ryo and Ichika's internal conflict and how they both deal with it individually. It's an anime meant for entertainment and is not meant to be taken as a guideline as to what's acceptable in real life. However, if the concept of an age gap relationship like this bothers you, Koikimo is not for you. Coming in at number 5, we have Higehiro. Higehiro is the story of a heartbroken salaryman who finds a high school girl sitting on the side of the road in the middle of the night. He invites the girl to stay in his apartment overnight and then, naturally, becomes her guardian. This is yet another unconventional romance and slice of life that could have gone either way, but the way in which the characters and storyline worked together made this experience a pretty good one that you'll remember for quite some time. We all know that Higehiro played with fire and somehow came out unharmed. I feel if a storyline is able to immerse you in it and make you feel as if you are walking in the shoes of the character, it has done its job better than any other anime. Let's be honest, Higehiro is not for everyone. It's a slice-of-life anime which can be a little slow at times and technically does walk on an illegal path. If you're sensitive or unable to tell the difference between fact and fantasy, then you should consider dropping this anime. However, if you can enjoy things without comparing them to real people, this is a really entertaining and heartwarming story. Coming in at number 4, we have Just Because. The plot centers around a group of kids in their senior year of high school with just a few months until graduation. Things start to change with the return of a friend who moved far away when they were in middle school. His return awakens hidden thoughts in those who were trying to just somehow graduate and causes waves among them. In my opinion, for a show like this to work, it has to make its characters feel they belong there. Fortunately, Just Because pulls out all the stops with its characters of diverse personalities. You can easily tell who's going to wind up with who from the initial episodes, and by the middle of the season, it's almost certain. I personally love how Just Because captures the tragedy and sadness of relationships and makes it into something which is enjoyable for the viewers. None of the characters from this anime are able to communicate their feelings with one another. More importantly, they aren't even sure what their feelings are in the first place. Overall, this definitely feels like a show that would be a better binge watch, and I definitely think viewers should go into it without expecting anything revolutionary. Coming in at number 3, we have Here Comes Miss Modern. Arranged marriages are an old tradition that is hardly mentioned these days. Traditions evolve in unison with the passage of time. This anime depicts the hardships of people who implement these changes. The story is about a girl named Benio who believes in a woman's choice to choose her occupation and her spouse. When she's forced into an arranged marriage, she refuses and says to wait until she makes her decision. The story was packed with emotion and drama, with just enough comedy thrown in at the proper times to make it appear seamless. Yes, it gets super cheesy when the melodrama barges into your door through the moments where characters yell out each other's names, but that can be easily ignored since the comedic moments always balance things out in the end. However, I must admit that Benio has a number of character defects, such as being a little too stubborn and argumentative, which can make her appear bratty at first, but the movie never takes these aspects too far to the point of making her appear irritating. Despite its initial flaws, I believe the overall anime is uplifting and will make you chuckle while transporting you to a bygone period. Coming in at number 2, we have Plastic Memories. Anime, in particular, is a tale about a world where androids, named Giftias, live among the humans. There's a catch, however. These Giftias are able to last about 9 years, and when a Giftia's time expires, it must be collected by a special government agency known as the Terminal Service, before it goes berserk. Tsukasa, aka our protagonist, is a new recruit to the collection agency. Along with his Giftia partner Isla, he'll learn and experience new things as well as the nature of people's behavior. The plot of Plastic Memories can be described as straightforward. From the opening few minutes of the show, you are continually reminded of the conflict. Also, the anime provides some solid themes and amplifies them by keeping the tension high throughout the show. They also skip many of the stereotypical romance themes, which sets it apart from other comparable dramas. All in all, Plastic Memories is an anime that you will most likely want to watch all the way through. It keeps things short, simple, and complicated all at the same time. And that is the beauty of it. However, your reaction to the anime will be influenced by your expectations. Is it a good anime, you might ask? It is indeed. Should we go ahead and give it a shot? Yes, absolutely. Coming in at number 1, we have Kids on the Slope. It's not often that we come across musical anime series. In this anime, we follow Kaoru, a disengaged teenager who feels he does not belong anywhere in society. Things soon change when he encounters the grade's delinquent outcast, Sentaro, and they soon become unlikely best friends in no time. With Riko to keep the boys in check, you'd think they would be an unbreakable force right till the end. But, of course, life does not work that way, as the trio faces a series of heartbreaks, stress, and emotional crises over the next chapters of their lives. Playing instruments is a main theme in this series, and it deserves to be praised how well the musical performances in this series look. Secondly, this series displays its characters in a specific manner. They appear to be regular stereotypes at first glance, but they quickly distinguish themselves through their acting and self-awareness. Not everyone would dig the whole love polygon kind of thing in this series, but I have to say it is really done very well. Overall, Kids on the Slope is a solid and endearing version of some award-winning source material which is yet to attract a larger audience. That brings us to the end of our list for today. If you liked the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to our channel. In the end, you all stay happy, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!